Hi, I'm Nishi. I'm a Bangladeshi girl living in US. Today I'll be talking about my toxic financial past. This is the part 2 of this series. In the previous video, I talked about my toxic financial past when I was still living in Bangladesh with my parents. I have added the link to the description. Go ahead and watch it if you are interested. Now, if you have already watched the part 1, you know it wasn't as crazy or toxic as you might think. But it gets really crazy and bizarre when I started my life in US. Here how it went. In May 2018, when I came to US with the hope of living with my then spouse and continuing my medical career, I'll talk about him in a little bit. Neither of those hopes came true. Unfortunately, my then spouse was deeply involved in adultery. In a desperate effort to save my marriage, I forced him to move to a different city. While I was trying to do all this, I was stressed and tried to hurt myself. I ended up staying in a hospital and going to rehab facility to a mental health institute without the health insurance. There, I met an Indian doctor who told me if I want to succeed in my life, first, I have to take care of myself and try to act smarter. Idea of moving to a different city came from the chat that I had with my therapist. That whole hospital visit left me a big dent in my credit as I was never able to pay off that amount I owe. Desperate me asked help from my close relative that was living in the same state. They say you will get to know someone better when you are in need. My cousin, with the help of her husband, trapped me and my then husband to invest all our money in a poorly managed business deal. In around September of 2018, after 4 months of moving to US, we moved to a new city and I started working for my cousin's husband and my then spouse for free. I worked without a paycheck until I decided I can't take it anymore. So I took a second job right before the pandemic in 2020. So how did I manage to have a toxic financial past when I wasn't even earning any money? You guessed it correct, credit cards. The first full year I was living here in US, I had to beg from my then spouse. My parents were kind enough with sending money here and there. My ex did not add me to his bank account, neither to his credit card. I had my own bank account, but I had no money in it. Because my name was added to the business we were running, I was able to manage a credit card in 2019 after a full calendar year of me living in US. I wasn't able to purchase anything, let alone wasting any money or going to the school. I wanted to go to school, but because I wasn't paid any money, I couldn't afford the tuition. Just so you know, my parents and siblings offered me to pay for my tuition, but I am an adult and I really didn't want to take the money from them. My life changed when I was approved for an Amazon credit card, which I still have till to this date. I started purchasing stupid stuff and was returning and repurchasing. I got spoiled when I got my second job. I started decorating my house with nonsense materials like cheap candles, plastic food containers, stupid kitchen gadgets, non-stick cookwares, and don't forget the cheap supermarket boozes. I of course wasn't decorating my house with booze, I was drinking them. Ultimately, I wasn't able to keep either my marriage or the business we started. I had to leave everything behind and start from zero again in 2021 when I decided to choose my mental health over my toxic marriage. Luckily, I was able to save some money during pandemic. As I was heartbroken and left with nothing, I decided to get a companion animal. My friend back then convinced me to pay for a puppy from a puppy mill instead of adopting from shelter. Although I regret the decision, I don't know what would I do without my dog. My life got a new meaning after I got my puppy dog, Leon. He just turned 4 this year and he's just laying right over here by my feet. After moving to a new state and changing 3 cities, I was finally able to find a place where I felt safe with my dog. Desperate me, trying to settle down in a new place, felt the need to open my own business after changing jobs multiple times and tired of working for other people. The business I had with my relative and ex back in Florida was settled poorly through countless hours of lawyer sessions, and I was given some money. I felt the need to spend that money toward my new small business, as well as I got some help from my parents. I ended up running the business almost 2.5 years, lost all my money with high credit card debts as I was trying hard to keep the business. I understand this video is getting quite long, but stick to the end if you want to know about my transformation. I also wasted money buying 2 new vehicles, one new and another an old van, solely for the purpose of business. So here's the gist. I left my reputable medical career and came to US. I left my loving and caring parents alone back home and came to this country to have a married life for so-called American dream. I couldn't save my marriage and 2 businesses I started and ended up wasting a lot of money. I racked up all my credit cards, even when I realized I'm drowning in debts. Regret. Do I regret? Yes and no. Yes, of course. I wish I didn't dream to live abroad. I wish I listened to my close ones and not to get married to my ex. I wish I took the help of my parents to study further and had a career and a good job in US. I wish I didn't start my small business and kept my tiny old Toyota that I was driving instead of buying not only 1 but 2 new vehicles. At the same time, I don't have any regrets because I got to come to this greatest country once known. I was able to travel from south to north and multiple states and cities. I have not only have 1 dog, 3 more beautiful kitties. One of them recently passed away. I met a lot of interesting people from different backgrounds. I was fortunate to drive a brand new car for a very short amount of time. And I finally understood the value of frugality and intentional living. If you learned anything from this video and listening to my life, it should be accepting your faults and learn to forgive yourself. When you let your old self go easily, your new self will be able to merge smoothly. I reinvented myself throughout the year multiple times and want to share all my past and new experiences with you guys. If you watched the video till the end, I assume you'll like me talking. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram to know more about my day-to-day life. Your like inspires me to make more videos like this. See you in the next video. Okay. Yes, Lily. Ma, come here. Thank you, Lily. Okay, Lily. Okay, goodbye. Now I'm drenched in here. Lily. I don't even know this sounds like come to this video or not, like obnoxious. Unfortunately, my then spouse was deeply involved with adultery. With adultery or in adultery?